What's up, everybody on YouTube? AJ Russ back here with another video, and today we'll be talking about the top 5 NFL quarterbacks going into the 2021 season. As the new NFL season is approaching, I wanted to list some of the best quarterbacks in the league based on overall production, impact, and what I believe they'll accomplish this season. Before I begin the list though, I wanted to tell you that Deshaun Watson will not be included in this list. He's obviously a top 5 quarterback talent and proved that in the past couple of seasons, but since his situation off the field and legal status is unknown for this season, I wanted to focus on other quarterbacks that we know aren't having to deal with legal trouble. There's also 2 honorable mentions that I wanted to list before diving into the top 5. The first honorable mention is Josh Allen, quarterback of the Buffalo Bills. Last year in his 3rd season, he had the best year of his young career, passing for over 4,500 yards and throwing 37 touchdowns. His improved play and the arrival of star wide receiver Stephon Diggs from the Minnesota Vikings helped elevate the Bills, leading them to a 13-3 regular season record. They won the AFC East in 2020, and in the playoffs they made the AFC Championship game, losing to the Kansas City Chiefs. As Allen is entering his 4th season in 2021, he is looking to build on his success from the previous season, but I believe it'll be harder for the Bills to achieve that same success, even in their division. Bill Belichick and the New England Patriots have added reinforcements offensively and defensively, after last year being their first season without Tom Brady for decades. My second honorable mention, who basically would be my 6th ranked quarterback, is Dak Prescott. Coming off a compound fracture injury in Week 5 of the 2020 season, Prescott is ready to prove his haters and doubters wrong. Before his injury last year, Dak was playing at an electric rate, and he has been a model of consistency, barely missing any games in past seasons, always being a key leader and playing an integral role in the success of the Dallas Cowboys. With the Cowboys bringing back a healthy offensive line, a rejuvenated Ezekiel Elliott, and a new defensive scheme, I believe that Dak Prescott will soon elevate himself to being in the top 5 among all NFL quarterbacks. With all that being said though, let's get into my top 5. Coming in at number 5 is a quarterback who was a nightmare to guard and the youngest MVP in NFL history, Lamar Jackson. Since being in college at Louisville, doubters and quote-unquote experts have always critiqued Lamar on not being a good enough passer for the NFL level, which led him to drop to the end of the 1st round when he was drafted by the Ravens in 2018. Him slipping in the draft was an obvious mistake, and it fueled Lamar to be as great as he is, making the playoffs in his rookie year as quarterback after taking Joe Flacco's spot, and then in his 2nd season in 2019, having a legendary season, winning the MVP. Despite him having this early success before even reaching 4 seasons as a pro, he still has many skeptics. Those same skeptics and analysts critique his passing ability and feel like it'll stunt his success to reach a new level. He's improved in bursts as a passer, and if he continues to develop that area of his game, there will be no answer for Lamar, and the league will be in even more trouble. He's only 24 years old, and if his passing ability can get as halfway as dynamic as his running ability and athleticism, then I believe Lamar will be bringing a Lombardi Trophy to Baltimore in the near future. The 4th ranked quarterback is Russell Wilson of the Seattle Seahawks. Wilson has been one of the best quarterbacks in the league for nearly a decade, since stepping on the scene in Seattle and winning a Super Bowl in his 2nd season in 2014. His career started off with almost instant success, winning the Super Bowl in 2013 and reaching a Super Bowl in 2014, where the Seahawks lost against the Patriots due to an infamous play call. But since then, Seattle hasn't been able to replicate those deep postseason runs, having many 1st and 2nd round exits. In this past offseason, there were also rumblings about Wilson potentially wanting to leave Seattle, voicing his frustration with the lack of protection from his offensive line. But those conversations died down, with Russ saying that he's happy as a Seahawk. Honestly though, I don't think anyone could have blamed him if he requested a trade. In his 9 seasons, he's been sacked 394 times, an average of around 44 sacks per season, which is frustrating, and to win in the NFL you definitely need protection. Russ has nice pieces offensively in DK Metcalf and Tyler Lockett, and last season on the defensive side, the Seahawks added strong safety Jamal Adams, one of the best defenders in the league. The defense certainly isn't where they were earlier in Russell's career when the Super Bowl winning Seahawks were known as a Legion of Boom, but they have a chance to improve. It will be tough though, with the Seahawks being in the stat division of the NFC West, with the Rams, who have one of the best defenses in the league, who also added quarterback Matthew Stafford this offseason. Not to mention the 49ers and the Arizona Cardinals are in the same division as well, and all 4 of those teams are potent enough to make the playoffs. Whatever happens this upcoming season, we know Russell Wilson is box office, and not only one of the best quarterbacks in the league, but also one of the greatest leaders in the NFL. At number 3, we have the greatest quarterback of all time, Tom Brady. Before y'all get triggered by me putting him at number 3, just know that he is the greatest, he has the best resume, and he's won 7 Super Bowls, more than any franchise in the NFL. So trust me, I don't think anyone all time is better than him. But I also believe that currently in the year of 2021 that there are 2 quarterbacks that are better than him. And honestly, it's astonishing that Tom Brady is still playing at an elite level, considering he just turned 44 years old and he's about to enter his 22nd season. After winning his 7th Super Bowl this past year in his first season with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, Tom Brady and his team are playing with house money. Tampa Bay was able to return all 22 of their starters from last season on offense and defense, as they looked as poised as ever to defend their title. It's crazy how much impact Brady has had on the team as well. The Bucs hadn't reached the playoffs since 2007 before Brady joined, but in one season Tampa Bay went from mediocrity to Super Bowl champs, and that's no coincidence. The impact Tom Brady has on the team is similar to LeBron in the NBA. After spending 20 seasons with the New England Patriots, Tom went to the Bucs and changed their whole culture. He put his input into the front office, pitching them to sign some of his former teammates in Antonio Brown and Rob Gronkowski, along with already having 2 great receivers on the Bucs, in Mike Evans and Chris Godwin. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers defense also had to catch Tom Brady's eyes, as they are a juggernaut in themselves, looking to build on their dominance from last year, shutting down teams at will. This season, the Bucs are looking to continue playing their brand of football. Last year, they weren't even expected to win the Super Bowl, with it being their first year with Tom Brady, but now they have even more chemistry as a team, and you can credit that to the leadership of Tom Brady. Now we're down to the last 2, and my second-ranked quarterback for this season is Aaron Rodgers. As Stephen A. Smith says,
he's a bad man.
Let's talk about just how.
And after winning his 3rd MVP in 2020 at the age of 37, Rodgers is continuing to show why he's one of the greatest quarterbacks to ever play in the NFL. His skill and effortless throwing ability makes him one of the greats, and he's still performing at a peak level into his mid to late 30s. He's one of the most dynamic players in the league and a proven winner. Over these past 2 seasons though, Rodgers and Green Bay have been at a crossroads when the Packers drafted quarterback Jordan Love in the 1st round. Not only that, the Packers have failed to listen to Rodgers' input in terms of adding more weapons offensively to help bring a Super Bowl to Green Bay. The last time the Packers hoisted a Lombardi trophy was 10 years ago in 2011, when Rodgers first emerged as the elite quarterback that we know him now to be. In the past 2 seasons in 2019 and 2020, the Packers were able to make it to the NFC Championship game, which is a deep playoff run, but they still ultimately fell short of winning the Super Bowl. Going back to the conversation about Jordan Love, that draft selection made it seem as if the Packers were already looking at Rodgers' eventual replacement, which no doubt was motivation for Aaron, as he won the 2020 MVP, throwing for 48 touchdowns and only 5 interceptions. This offseason, there were potential rumors about Rodgers requesting a trade, and when Rodgers recently returned to training camp, he admitted in a press conference that there was a lack of communication between him and the front office. With Rodgers set to play his 17th season in Green Bay, we know that the off-the-field drama will play no part in his performance on the field, as he is all about winning and is also an ultimate competitor, searching for his 2nd Super Bowl. Last but not least is the number 1 ranked quarterback for the 2021 season, Patrick Mahomes. Not much can be debated about Mahomes. He has an ultimate skill and generational talent. Since winning the MVP in the 2018 season, he has been regarded as one day potentially being the GOAT, taking that mantle from Tom Brady. Similar to Aaron Rodgers, Mahomes has an elite arm, and he's an extremely accurate passer, but he's also a great leader, and he won his 1st Super Bowl in the 2019 season, which many believe is the first of many. Patrick is the first quarterback in NFL history to start 3 straight conference championship games in his first 4 seasons, and he's still only 25 years old. He's already used to having deep postseason runs, and this offseason, he was extended to the richest contract extension in NFL history, worth up to $503 million for over 12 years. Based on what I've said so far about Mahomes, it seemed like he's had the perfect career, but that's not the case. In the 2020 Super Bowl, the Chiefs lost to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers 31-9, and Mahomes was pressured 29 times, a Super Bowl record. Coming off that loss, the Chiefs and Mahomes are ready to remind the NFL world why they are basically Super Bowl favorites every season. With Mahomes having weapons like Tyreek Hill and Travis Kelce, and now a new and improved offensive line, the Chiefs are poised to contend for another Super Bowl in 2021. Alright guys, so I hope y'all enjoyed the video. I wanted to cover the top 5 NFL quarterbacks going into the 2021 season and felt like this was an accurate list. With the NFL Hall of Fame preseason game taking place a couple of days ago, football is officially back. Let me know in the comments down below if you agree with my list, or what you would change, or even who your top 5 quarterbacks would be. I appreciate y'all watching most definitely. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and turn on post notifications. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter at SwaggyRuss, and more content is on the way. Stay tuned.